Hello, everybody. It's a good day. I got a package in the mail with another stack of Charlton romance comics, 18 of them. I kind of overpaid, I think, by my standards. I paid $50 for the stack. There's 18 with tax and everything. That comes out to like $4.50 a piece. But there were some really good books, and I decided to go for it. Even though I already had most of these, some of these are upgrades, like this I Love You, number 114, with my favorite Charlton cover of all times, Enrico Nieto's I Love You 114. I think I can get these stickers off with a hairdryer, maybe. I'll give that a try. And we got Time for Love, number 38. I don't think there's anything special in here. Art Capello. We got Time for Love, number 45. It's a great Tom Sutton cover. It's a Demetrio Sanchez Gomez story, which is always a score. And Nicholas and Alicea, you can see the contrast there. It's not really one of my favorites. Oh, and another Demetrio Sanchez Gomez story. You can always tell by the hair. Oh, in the motorboat. She's having fun. And so, for $5, that's a steal. I Love You, number 116. I believe. Yes, classic One Kiss, Enrico Nieto story. I love how he works musicians into his stories. A little trombone action there. Let's see, who else? I found Romance One Pager. Not sure who that is. It's Art Capello here. See if there's anything in the back that's worth mentioning. There's a Jennifer's Corner with Nieto illustrations. They would take these as from panels in stories and put them in to their letter page. And that looks like Demetrio too. Demetrio Sanchez Gomez, yep. Here's a dead giveaway. Yeah, another score. Tom Sutton cover. Let's see, it's a Jack Abel cover, I think. Art Capello story. Any port in a storm. It's interesting artwork. I'm not sure who that is. Could be Jack Abel. Yeah, I think it is. And here we have My Only Love. That's a Frank Boyle cover. A Quiet Place for Kissing. Looks like Art Capello. Yeah, he's usually got the girl in underwear somewhere in his stories. Love Came Like a Thief in the Night. Not sure who that is. I'm not very impressed. And it's a Buck's bag with more Nieto illustrations. And a Demetrio Sanchez Gomez story. Nice page there. Hope this isn't too slow for you. I'm just kind of enjoying myself looking through these books. That's an Enrique Neto story, cover. I believe it's got a story inside. One for the road. I think that's Comerio. He's got this kind of a loose style. It's interesting. He did a lot of war comics for Charlton. Yeah, Three Rooms for Love. That's a classic Nieto story. Nice. Charlton's, the way they're cut. You know, if these were Marvels, I'd say that they were rags. But for Charlton's, they're really not bad. Love Diary, number 98. Here's the Art Capello story. The obligatory girl in underwear. Let's see. Not sure. Oh, Charles Nicholas. Yeah, this was Charles Nicholas. I find his stuff that he does himself is head and shoulder above this when he's inked by someone else, other than maybe Bob Layton or Wayne Howard. It's pretty nice. Dumb Driver. Oh, that's a Demetrio Sanchez Gomez, if I'm not mistaken. Man, this is a treasure trove. And that's Demetrio in the Jennifer's Corner. And I got Secrets of Young Bride number 3. I think this is a good one. Yeah, it's got a Nieto story in it. Can This Be Love? She's a young bride and she's got secrets. I love how Nieto puts all these different elements into his stories. They're so interesting. And here's a Nicholas and Alicea. Hate to speak ill of the dead, but they were not my favorites. Anything good in the back? It's a Buck's bag with Demetrio Sanchez Gomez. A bad scene. It's kind of loose, but it does look a little bit like Demetrio. Can't say for sure. Good looking artwork though. Secrets of Young Brides number 2. Art Capello. Don't Cry for Me. Nicholas and Alicea. Let's see who's in the back. Art Capello in the back. Not Nice Enough to Marry. Get a better outfit. Might do better. Ding, ding, ding. This is a score. Secret Romance number 30. It's one of the all-time great Charlton covers by Demetrio Sanchez Gomez. Starts out with an Art Capello story. into a Nicholas and Althea. Not too great, but we get ring twice. This is a Demetrio story. There's a sign there. Nice stuff. I've seen that like in Alex Toth stories. Great undersea work. Yeah, that's nice. Beautiful. This is an older romantic story. I believe that's a Ernesto Garcia cover. This is one of the main reasons I bought this lot. For some reason, these old ones, this is kind of beat up, but the ones I'm seeing in good shape are going for like $25, $50. It's crazy because the inside art, like this is Vince Colletta stuff. It's terrible. Well, it's not terrible, but it just doesn't appeal to me. I think that's Dick Giordano. It's just, it's just heads. Very little modern art there. Just not that interesting. But then you get to Ernesto Garcia. It's a different story. To me, anyway. I mean, to my eye, this is a lot better. A lot better stuff. Look at that car he's driving. Is it a vet? And they're in the water, the obligatory underwater shark scene. So it commonly happens. I think that they would do these underwater scenes so they could save money on the colorists. And that was a good one. My Only Love, number 8. Who's that? Frank Boyle on the cover. Story by Deborah and McDonald. Knapsack Casanova. It's a rare writing credit there for Charlton. Not sure who that artist is. There's a Nicholas and Althea story, Lucky Girl. It's a Jennifer's Corner with Nieto. Nice. It's an Archipelago one-pager. And Mike Vosberg one-pager. That's nice. I'm All Alone. Yeah, Mike Vosberg didn't do a lot for Charlton, but he did some interesting stuff. And what's in the back? 2 Kisses a Month. Wonder if that's Charles Nicholas. It's not bad art. Just married on the back of his truck. Sweet. This is a historic comic book. It's got this Joe Staton cover, which I believe is the first interracial kiss on the cover of a comic book. Of course, it doesn't really have much to do with anything that's inside, but this is an upgrade over my issue. If I can get that sticker off. No Love Allowed. Maybe that's Charles Nicholas, I don't know. Art Capello. The big obligatory boudoir scene. And A Double Wife. That's a classic story by Enrique Nieto. Look at that. I always say Enrico because I worked for this guy named Enrico for years and years. And so when I go to say Enrique, I always get an O in there. No disrespect to Enrique, but it's just my brain doesn't work that well. Nice. I like how he uses this, this letter zipatone to good effect. Nice. And a one-pager by Archipelago. And getting to the end of the stack here. This is Time for Love. It almost looks like Ernesto Garcia, but I'm not saying that is for sure. Let's see. This one's pretty beat up. It's somebody inked by Vince Coletta. I can tell that. See how they just go with the one color underwater scenes? Let's see. Keep your kisses. Puh, I don't want them. Not sure who that is. Art's not bad. Runaway Bride. That could be Garcia Lopez. The way the car, the way it's screeching out there, it's you kind of get a feeling of motion. Runaway Bride. What do you think? Could that be Jose Luis Garcia Lopez? I think it might. This would be an early one for him. Underwater. The way he, kind of conveys action. You can tell he's a good artist. I think that is Garcia Lopez. It's another page here if I can get through. Yeah, that's good. Buy Charlton Comics. We need the money. Monkey singing pinups. And on top of the Charltons, there was one little lonely DC. I believe that's a Don Heck cover there. And that would have to be J. Scott Pike, this little one-pager. Looks like Werner Roth. Now, compared to all those Charltons that we just looked at, this kind of is the equivalent of Charles Nicholas inked by himself, I think. It's solid work, it's good work. Werner Roth, he's not one of the more exciting artists, but does a good job. This is Elizabeth Safian. I like her stuff. It's kind of like a delicate kind of interlude there. Who's this? Looks like John Rosenberger to me. He was pretty prevalent in these books. Well, I guess this is the last book. If you like this video, then like it. And if you have any comments, put them down below. I'd be glad to hear them. And tell me if you think this was a good deal for $4.50 each. Wasn't a great deal, that's for sure, but there's enough books in there that I really love to make it worthwhile. Thank you.